Hello guys, I'm Darshit Desai from Edson and I am delighted to see you here on the course of photography. So we know the basic term of photography. It is nothing but clicking the moments we love by a camera to save it for later as a memory. Here it says that photography is like taking a picture with a magic box that captures memories forever. The first camera was invented in 1800s, and during that time they used to have films for saving the photos that were clicked, and later on they used to print it on a page or some material. Nowadays we have digital cameras and we can store the memories in a memory card. To click a photo, we need to have seven principles, which are pattern, balance, negative space, grouping, color, closure, light and shadow. So let's move on with the first principle, that is pattern. As you can see in the photos attached besides that, there are some patterns that are visible to our eyes. Like in the first photo we can see the peacock feathers as a pattern, and in the other photo we can see the circles and the lines as a pattern. It just pattern makes sense of visual world through regularity and also creates a visual harmony and familiarity. The next principle is balance. Uh, Nowadays there is a word that is being used very commonly, that is aesthetic. So for that type of photos, balance plays a very important role. The balanced pictures emphasizes the stability of the image. There are two types of balances: symmetrical balance and asymmetrical balance. In the first photo, you can see, uh, if you divide the photo in a perfect half in a straight line, we can see that both sides are identical, so we can call it as a symmetrical balance. While in the other photo, it is, we cannot divide the photo in two parts, so we call it as an asymmetrical balance. The next principle is negative space. In many photos you can see that there is only a single object, and the rest of the photo is covered in a single space, or it's nothing but something that distracts our eyes from the main object, the space behind the subject with no emphasis, also known as dead space. It distracts the viewer's eyes with no focus on one element or in one direction. Another principle is grouping. As the name suggests, it is nothing but the grouping of objects or elements in a together in a photo is called grouping. It forms a collinear or line of direction of image. Human brain likes to group things together by making sense of the image. Like you can see in the two photos, that seeing them in a group makes our mind somewhat delighted. The next principle is color. As we all know that color is also very important while taking a photo. So it sets the mood and frame of the subject. There are two types of colors: cool color and warm color. Cool color, cool color comes in the region of somewhat bluish side, and the warm are in the somewhat orangish side. As you can see in the difference in these photos, the first photo of the tree is somewhat bluish in tone, so that is the cool photo, while the other is somewhat orangish and we can call it the warm one. The next principle is closure. Closure is a method that must be followed in order not to make the image look incomplete. Uh, if the closure principle is imbalanced, it will create a feeling of chaos in the photo. Uh, this property is such that even if we are missing some important information in the photos, but we will uh, create the photo ourselves in our mind. As seen in the pictures above one, uh, there is no major information in this photo, but what we see is a face of a woman drawn by a man. In another photo, there is a structure that is in semicircle, and there is only a person walking in the rain, but what we see else other than that is a face of a human. So this is what close-up principle is. The last principle is light and shadow. We all know that in while capturing a photo, the light and shadow both parts are very important. They are used as a hint of drama which highlights an image and emphasizes the light. Having both light and shadow in a photo creates a balance. That's all for this video. We saw the 7 principles of photography. Thank you.